pick around, it's a little more difficult, but she just kept showing up, and people were playing a lot as the position 4, Puppy especially.
Yeah.
I was kind of bringing that out too, as like the support Naga as well, and just setting up for lots of Shadow Fiends. In this case, we're going to have it with the Tide Hunter too, so some good setup plays. They have the Disruptor too, I believe.
They do there, yeah.
Cool. Like, Anchor Smash is very good against trees, so they do well for the tree for last sitting.
Top, nice little bit of a burrow strike from Pasha to break himself out of the field. And will manage to escape that attempt there from Io and for Solo, and he may just go down for that one, as Io will be fine, and Fade takes the kill. The RNG not in Solo's hands today.
But it's also kind of just like the Tide's going to get a lot of fun too. See how that kind of so those creeps absorb a lot of rushes. Siler does survive there, but yeah, Tide should be relatively far playing that mid game.
Yeah, up top, Karma. Getting going on here. The control as well with the root. Creep from Solo, bringing Karma down low. Pasha will have Burrow Strike back up, but all unable to close the gap. It's just the level 2, so it does just have the one level in Burrow Strikes and not the greatest of range. And we'll make a bit of a play here as they go in with Pasha Burrow Strike again. Karma's on the sideline though, stealing a fair bit of damage from Solo. So they're still trying to keep aggressive with the creeps, but he's going to lose his own life. It's Fade and Karma taken down. Pasha diving in deep for this kill. Will get it, but all the salves himself up underneath the tower heads. Will survive for now. They are going to look for him, but we've got to look down towards bottom because Yang also in trouble. Fade Bolt from Lil will finish him off. Back up to the top lane. Pasha was able to cut his way around the tree line with the Quelling Blade. Karma still continuing to chase. Pasha may be in trouble if the passive slows him down. Karma, it's the vision here with the Plasma Field, and Pasha will lose his life. So VGJ Thunder getting the kills and the aggression from these two, Solo and Pasha, and it is costing them their own lives each time.
Smoke instantly popped. It was like, alright, see ya. Good luck trying to gank my mid laner, and DK was in there very deep too. He was like up the enemy ramp.
I was going to be careful there. I mean, Solo, he could just go for the solo killer with these creeps. He should have more than enough control, and Io just ends up walking into that one. Solo will pay with his life though. Solo and Fade make the rotation and take him down.
Hopefully get that kill and then answer that into the tower damage, or possibly a gyro once even like
This mid lane. Solo, again with these rotations, takes in a couple of creeps. They've got the catch onto Deep Cat. No one's tiny. In fact, no one. Trying to get aggressive, but Fade is there to respond to this. Has the control with the root. Yang a little bit low, but Fade, he can look to try and dive this. No one pops the stick charges. That will be enough to force Fade away. Fade can't dive in any further mid lane, though. That's where the real trouble is for VGJ Thunder. The homing missile connects. Again, these wraparounds for Solo and Lil, making it very hard for the mid laner to react. Solo sees the Razor, TP straight out of there, knows that there's no way to cancel it, and he'll get himself back to safety. I mean, Solo, it's than a 1k lead for VP. It's a decent round. Guys, cool down, 5 rounds, can't back himself away. The eye can stop. I'm sure this is going to be enough damage. I should have been telekinesis from Lil, ripping Karma away, and that will be enough to save Ramses. Keeps the Gyro alive. Very nice rotation from Lil, coming in just in time, as it did look like that Gyro was dead for good.
Yeah, good call to turn back around. Good luck, Solo. He has no TP.
He's got a stun onto one, but Io, he's going to have the control with the Thunder Strike and a potential glimpse. Back upstairs from Ramsey, and in fact with that, they're starting to force him off Solo. Solo will still go down. Can VT get the kills in return? That was towards Fade. Fade pops the stick charges. Yang's there as well to secure the double kill for Karma. Oh, he still ends up going down, Io. Solo, he gets what he was after, you know. Solo, he just wants blood, and he does fine. And this time it's a little bit better. He has a triple kill, ends up going away as Karma, as Lil also gets caught out in the back of the retreat. No one comes in, look at the combo, able to burst down the Naga Siren, but he also will pay for his sins as Karma's coming through, will be tossed back. Io's got the control, the glimpse is indeed back up, they'll look towards no one. Karma now unstoppable, as that is the 4th kill in quick succession for this Razor. I mean, this is what we love about some of these CIS sides, you know. VP, they just go for it. But VGJ Thunder are more than happy for them to do that with the way that they're being able to
walk into a play where Vigor's already spent 5 or 6 seconds picking up.
Pasha has got a Burrow Strike. We'll see if he can make any sort of play with it. He's got the Sandstorm, but there is a sentry down, and he is not getting out of this one. Another kill for VGJ Thunder.
They wait opportunity, but there's that kind of punish that they need. Nice Burrow Strike for Pasha though. Oh, wow, how did he get, man, that was like barely in
wiggling
between.
out on the very side of that field. Nonetheless, getting away, Lil.
He's on his horse though, he's coming in.
Yes, he's ready to try and put a stop to this, throws out the fade bomb. Actually able to grab himself. Oh, hang on, Solo towards mid. See what's going on here. He's heading in. They do have the epicenter in the burrow strike towards Karma, but the song comes out from Fate. Puts a stop to it. So if they want to react, Io coming in looking for the position. Doesn't see the opportunity and won't go for it, but Lil actually with the stolen sleep coming in, instantly stopped those. It was enough to hold Io in position for the cooldown to connect. They'll take down Disruptor. Burrow strike from Pasha looks to split, try and pull the team apart. Solo falling low, pops the global heal. Karma and Yang chasing down the Gen, but they can't quite do it. No one jumps forward, tosses Karma back into the hands of the Gyro. The Ravage comes through, but it looks like it doesn't matter. They've lost a second on the side of VGJ Thunder. Yang, Sylar and Fade having to back up. The stolen Ravage from Lil sets up onto Yang. He's surrounded by 4. It'll be more than enough damage for VP to take down the Tide as well. Sylar on the side with that Shadow Blade. He's eyeing up no one. He's going to make a bit of an attempt onto this. No one falling low. Turns to the Avalanche, tosses the DK back into the hands of Pasha and Lil. They don't have quite enough damage on themselves to bring them down, but they have with the help of Ramses. Ramses able to sweep across behind the tier 1. They get the kill on the DK. Sure, they lose no one, but overall VP, they're just going and going and going. Double kill for Ramses as him and Pasha catch out Fade at the tree line. Ramses now potentially in trouble. Gets dragged back. Karma's TP'd in. Ramses is trying to man fight him. He's got the back of a Solo. It doesn't matter. Ramses will fall, but Pasha does manage to finish off the kill to Karma. The tower is coming through a Solo with the smoke. Jukes out the final right click of the tower. Pasha Sandstorm, he can't get himself out. The sentry is down. Io will get the double kill. There's some crazy fights this game. It is just an absolute brawler between these two sides. I mean, Pasha with the burrow strike, the epicenter commit doesn't get the connection onto Yang. Yang will be able to walk himself away. Coming out for Karma and Io. Get the chance for a glimpse, and they will. Manage to bring about
Damn.
The perfect timing from Pasha there. Burrow striking at the same instance as the pullback from the glimpse, and he keeps himself safe. That's a professional sanking.
I would say so. Yeah. With the stacks from these two, now you can get a little bit aggressive here from VP. Consider it. Maybe start playing around their base vision.
So they're trying for Sylar. They've dropped down one sentry. Do they have another? They don't, by the looks of it. Get the blinds done. I mean, the Shadow Blade is about to wear off, but Sylar will head out into the trees and will be able to TP out. Not quite enough detection to. Again in the mid lane, sanking. Bottom lane, Sylar. Tossed up. The Dragon Tail's done. Maybe is there as well. Towards no one. He's pretty tanky, and Sylar not really in the best of conditions to commit to a fight, as he is low on both the HP and the mana.
Yeah, sees the Razor up top, it looks like, so not just relaxing.
Mid lane, they are going to look to try and go onto Yang. He's very tanky, but no one there as well. Tossing him back into the central stun. Is it enough damage though? It's not enough. They do have enough burst, they do have enough physical. And with Ramsey sweep,
Immediate sense that this is happening.
I mean, Lil's not necessarily the biggest target to open on.
No one's so close behind him.
No one would be a dream one to open, but no one actually with his own invis will immediately blink out, dispels the smoke. And off the back of that little movement, VGJ Thunder unlikely to get a surprise initiation. Revealing himself to the tower. VP will prepare themselves for this. The question is if they want to try and take this fight.
Yeah, Chen just kind of scouting with the creeps too. Don't really have a great option to deal with them. There's no way to just like instantly burst them down or anything. So like
13-13, 1k lead for VP. No one. To calm up. Is out on his own though, so it won't try and make any sort of play. Solo. And Yang. Now looking towards Ramses. Yang has the big play. Will Thunder know that this is coming? You have the Sanking showing towards the mid lane. Pasha just get glimpsed back again, able to dodge himself out of kinetic field.
Yeah, they're not gonna get in there.
I think they're starting to sense, yeah, here we go, with the song Fade. Looking to close the gap, but look at the speed. VP actually able to keep themselves out of range. Solo will be caught out by it. Turn towards the Chen, look for the easy kill, and they'll get it. Solo's down, Ramsey's now from the BKB, looking to turn. Karma's got his own BKB out there as well. They've got a homing missile onto Io. Io slapped down by no one. Yang trying to commit, but the avalanche comes through into the toss. No one able to hold him down. Lil's there with the telekinesis. There's no chance for any sort of ravage to come out with the control that VP have. They have lost two. Sylar's still got the BKB in the Elder Dragon form as he heads himself up to the high ground away from Pasha. It's a 3 for 2 favouring VP. Roshan still standing at half health. And certainly could have got a lot worse if I was able to get the Ravage out. Well, it is going to get a lot worse for VGJ Thunder, as they will also lose Karma as he's chased down by No One, Pasha, and Lil. 4 here.
He's chunking him.
And green balls of fire. Slapping down.
I think he deserves the Aegis. I would say that.
Give it. Ramses will take it. Jar.
Such a...
Towards mid. VP leading in. Jump off from Pasha. First strike onto 1. Let's do the backup for Yang. But it's enough. There's a homing missile connection. In fact, Yang, he's going to get taken down. Ramses moves in with the BKB in the rock broad. Takes down 1. Telekinesis from Lil. Holding Silo in place. Then the black cannon cooldown will not connect onto the Silo. Able to get the BKB at time. Healed him as well by the Spirit Vessel from Fade. And now they look for the turnaround. Static Storm comes out onto Ramses with the BKB already committed. Ramses falling low. Ramses kept alive though. Hand of God there from Solo. He'll survive. And now VP going to continue the fight. Ramses coming back in on minimal life because he has the Aegis. Will get popped by the Ravage. That's going to be Ramses down once. VP still confident in the fighting potential that they have though. As they move in, find a third. Fade and Yang, the last 2 left alive, and they're almost certainly going to go down as well. Double kill for Ramses as he picks up Fade. Tide is down as well for 65 seconds off the fact that he comes back into that engagement. A huge team fight win there for VP. Their item progression, and now VP are allowed to threaten the high ground.
Everything looks so good for Thunder. I like the way they're positioned. I feel like they're forcing a good fight. Have all these tools to use, the Ravage, Song, but Tide just got bursted down.
Yeah.
And no way Kraken Shell could knock him off. And so he just dies. And without that Ravage, the key opportunity is to buy back, and then it's much weaker Ravage. His Ravage killed the Aegis. Like, that was the biggest contribution. So
I mean, it's feel like a game where maybe the Tide has to get any up front line.
with that Silver Edge.
Die.
Yeah, I don't know. Certainly a game where you could look at it and say they might have missed their window for VGJ Thunder. Again, the fact that they just got so few buildings, any sort of pressure down DK that early on.
Loving. I mean, as you say, not
26
Gen not a
minutes
hero
in.
we've seen the most.
That's true.
That's pretty good for Solo's back.
Pasha has been kind of crazy too. I wouldn't have expected him to get so farmed, but he's now looking towards the bots, so he can just keep pushing waves and just give no chance any sort of a comeback for Thunder through that move speed as well. So fast.
Look at this open. Pasha comes in with 2-man burrow strike. Static Storm will be laid out. Pasha's already able to get himself out of the sidelines. No one with the combo blows up the Disruptor. That'll be 1 kill. BKB pod, but Karma has got the static link. Moving in, he's going to be able to steal a fair bit of right click from No One. He's bringing the Tiny down fairly low. VGJ will continue to chase it, but there's the send back from Solo. Gets No One back to safety as Thunder, despite their best efforts, unable to punish for the fact that they do lose that Disruptor. And they've got to be careful. VP still ready to sweep back around and look to potentially go in for more. Here we go, there's the Blink Ravage reveal. It's a good homing as they get onto Timber with the status resistant. No one able to get the BKB out pretty quickly in response. Oh, the setback! Oh, gets Ramses back just in time. He was falling so low. VGJ still find big kills though. They do get No One, and they do move over to Solo as well. So VGJ Thunder still able to find 2. So that very nearly could have been 3 there. As Ramses very lucky to keep his life intact.
That Shen, that poor Disruptor, he's throwing up Static Storm.
Look at this stuff. Ramses has come back in with Pasha. VGJ Thunder. And they still having to fight him.
They only use kinetic.
This looks to be a big mistake from VP. Lil's down. Pasha revving up the epicenter. Comes in. Oh, it's a big one as well. Look at this damage. Oh! The Rampage, come on now! They're chasing down Kala, the homing missile connects! They're gonna kill this man! I think he's gonna be able to get around Rampage. Come on, give it to Pasha, give it, he's trying to give it to me! Rampage for Pasha on the Sand King! It looked to be a mistake from VP, but that magical damage these two could kick out together set up something quite spectacular. What a rampage!
He has the +4 pulses as well, talent too, so it only adds up from here.
And if that didn't shake up VGJ Thunder, I don't know what will. This is going to be hard for them. There's now the pressure on the high ground. It's an Aghanims complete on Lil. Fade. Looking for the setup. Got IO.
First time this whole game you've seen this.
Did you have a decent amount of damage in, but again, the setback is there. Ramses is back to safety. VGJ Thunder, they want to try and catch someone. They may get Solo. He's running, but the gush does connect. I don't know if he's getting himself out of this one. Blink 4 from Yak. He's got the body blocks. Solo will be dragged back by the glimpse. Another death on the check. Oh, it's the least he can do for his team here. Everyone else is able to. Again, for Solo. Does have the Sand nearby. Ooh, the Burrow Strike won't quite connect. They do get the dust out. Lincoln Sphere. That's going to be the a little something that Pasha treats himself to after that massive gold off the Rampage.
Oh, the clipping.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. But at the same time, he does get the static leak on. So with that in mind, no one doesn't actually have the physical damage to finish off Karma, and he will be able to force himself down off the cliff of the Hurricane. Oh, the stolen glimpse, Lil! He gets the drag back. Oh, what a play from Lil. I mean, VP, they're bringing out the big guns.
Don't mind me.
He's looking for another one. He's got Pasha.
Well, he did it again.
He just did it again. Yeah. He dodges the glimpse back.
And then
he's got this down
Disruptor gets glimpsed by Ruben.
Oh dear, oh dear. Now look, Pasha, he's just going in for more. Jumps in with the setup into the avalanche. They're held under the cover of the cooldown. That's going to be phased down. Silo Wolf on the BKB looks towards Ramsey. Down to half health. He has to get the kill though. Karma coming in as well with the BKB because standing and got to know play. Get these sent back from Solo. Gets this Tiny out of there. Pasha comes back forward with the Burrow Strike. There's the stun onto the gyro. Ramses will be taken down once. That's the Aegis gone. And they do it a second time. There's only 3 of them. VGJ does surround him, but Ramsey's still on the BKB and Pasha's back in with the epicenter. Jumps on top of Sylar. Sylar has to buy back on the DK. Lil, Ramses, and no one. They'll surround Karma on the sidelines, take down the Razor. And Sylar looking at getting the kill onto Pasha. They commit the Ravage and they will get it. But Pasha, he buys back straight away. He boots and travels into join his teammates. There we go. Lil, oh, have you ever seen a dragon drop a Ravage? I've never seen that. That was beautiful. Lil with the Elder Dragon form into the Ravage. I mean, this game is over. You just got absolutely styled on. If a dragon does that with his tentacles,